Hello and welcome back to your reading. This is going to be a collective reading, so please take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And if you would want a personal reading or if you want to learn how to read tarot, check out my website in the description box below. Let's get into what you need to hear for your highest good. I channeled a bit before recording, and I feel like there is going to be a topic of disconnection or feeling disconnected. And I'm not sure if this is you only feeling disconnected or if there are people trying to make you feel disconnected. Because there's a lot of energy that's sort of like all around, per se, that it's almost hard to pick up on who exactly is feeling disconnected with themselves or disconnected with people. And I feel like if it's with people, there is somewhat of a group trying to make you feel disconnected. And personally, what I would say is you don't need them, because I think you understand the Empress reverse. They are stunting your growth. The way that you grow and you pursue your passions in life, it hasn't been able to grow as thoroughly as it has been with just being you, just being yourself. And also, I changed up the camera angle a bit because the lighting in this room isn't like perfect, so I thought this would be a little bit better into like seeing the cards and stuff. So let's get into all of this. I even feel like there is another Empress reversed. Ooh, the Tower. There's another Empress here that is not fully embodying their own like true power. Empress, the Tower, High Priestess. Yes, someone isn't following their intuition, and I'm getting the words, they're making it your problem. Which is really funny because I feel like you're someone who's like, no, I've knocked down this tower. We called a demolition day right when we saw the fault lines, the cracks in the foundation. You were very intuitive in the sense of, I see this as a double sort of meaning where when reverse cards come out for me, not for me personally, but for my readings, I see them as like things that you're doing subconsciously. Like you are acting as the Empress and the High Priestess subconsciously, tearing down anything that isn't going to support you. And it's caused a lot of destruction in somebody's life. Like, I feel like someone is even mad that you went ahead and like saved yourself and you didn't even outstretch an arm for them. I'm getting the words that this person was lying though. So like the fact that they wanted you to save them, it was entirely a lie. They wanted you to feel attached to their growth too. They wanted you to feel like they were the high priestess of everything. Eight of Cups, Five of Wands reversed. Yeah, they wanted you stuck. They wanted you stuck in some things that didn't serve you, but you're sitting here like, I'm way beyond that. I am mentally way past that, and it's because you've done the fucking work. Excuse my French, but you've done the fucking work. And you've seen right through a lot of people's bullshit. Like, I feel like you are literally just like dumping the BS as you see it. You're like, oh, that's BS. Move along. Like, step to the side. And you almost feel like you have to be in this chaos in order to bring light to the darkness. I'm not sure what that is, but maybe some of you are feeling like you are this, what some people call an earth angel, but it's like maybe your personality deep down is very like angel-like and angelic, like you're very kind, but the fact that you bring light to dark places, like that is needed not only by universal standards, or if your spirit guides are calling you to types of work that bring light to the darkness. But I feel like there's the devil energy. I feel like there's a lot that is needed not only by like you and like your signs and synchronicities that you've been getting. Um also, if I tear up a little bit, it's just because I am sick, but also I still felt called to get this reading out because I'm actually feeling a lot better than I was before, so don't worry. Um, the devil card out here is almost like indicating like your work that you do not just for other people, but like when people see you bringing this light to these dark parts of your life or just life in general, they see how much that helps their soul. Like they feel like that they can break out of their own devil like situations or mentalities and actually break free. And the people who aren't willing to see this are going to continuously be tied down. Because I feel like this devil card is someone really trying to get you to slip up and not act like yourself. But it's also, it's so weird because it's like, you know, this, you've been seeing this, you've been seeing these little tiny breadcrumbs of just like, huh, that's weird, huh, that's strange, that's some devil energy right there. And I almost feel like you aren't necessarily like done with these people or this group, this energy, um because it's in this vein of like they're not done with you. And I feel like even if you were to tear down all of these things and start anew, you'd still have people judging how you're putting your support beams up, setting your foundation, and things like that. Um, I feel like you have a greater sense of your own inner knowledge and inner wisdom that it's providing you such a clear path with how to move forward. Two of Swords reverse, such a clear path on how to move forward. The more people focus on what you're doing, the more that they're going to be stuck in their intuition. They're going to be stuck with these Five Pentacles, Two Swords feelings where they feel like they can't move forward and move beyond where they're at now. And you're someone that is constantly evolving, constantly changing how you do things because you see how not only you could be better at something or how something can just be different, but you're constantly creating new things. And I feel like this is you really having a breakthrough on what you truly, truly desire in this life. And you're like, oh yeah, I have this desire, but that's not like that's not set in stone. Like you know that things can change. And some people and this group of people I feel like that's really trying to like hold you back, tear you down, is really trying to too much focus on you and what you're doing, and it's not allowing them to actually focus on how our desires can change as human beings and how we can have a different idea but that's still in the same vein of this one grander idea. Like the best way I can explain it is like, I know I'm a dancer, so I'm always going to want to get better at dance. I don't know what dance I'm going to be dancing to, but it's almost like if someone else was trying to be a dancer, they're focused on like one specific kind of dancing and they're like, I want to get better at this, so I'm better than the collective here. And it's like you're just like, I'm just trying to be a better dancer entirely, and that involves a lot more than just getting good at a specific dance or a specific type of dancing. You understand that it like takes more than just that to progress in life. I feel like that is a big energy for like a lot of things happening here. You understand how much more it takes to break past a lot of these devil like energies to feel like, oh yes, while there is chaos around me, I still know what serves me. Because a lot of people I feel like that are surrounding this situation just don't know what serves them. And you're sitting there like, I know what serves me, and even through the chaos I can still recognize what serves me and what doesn't. And some people, when they're in the chaos, they kind of sit on their ass and don't really understand what is for them. Let's get one more card from this deck because then I want to start pulling from the oracle deck. Hello, Knight of Wands. You constantly have an area of reminding yourself of where your passion comes from, and other people still have to work like tooth and nail to recognize where their passion comes from and why they want to do what they want to do. You're just super intuitive with it, understanding what you know you need to do for what you're passionate about, And other people are like still trying to find that spark again because they've constantly lost it focusing on you and a lot of other things that don't serve them, because I feel like this group of people have been stuck in not only the chaos of life, but like they're allowing the chaos of life to control them and to control who they are and where they're going. Almost, it's like someone trying to always fall into some sort of get rich quick scheme, which it's not really like buying a course, like going into a pyramid scheme or an MLM. It's literally like doing trendy things that don't catch really at first. And it's like you may have one viral video and then that's it, kind of a thing, where you're understanding where, yeah, it would be cool to have a viral video, but that's not where you're going to get your success. You're not going to get your success just from virality of one specific thing. You are somebody that's gaining success through proving that you can do many things and a lot of things, like a jack of all trades sort of energy. And I almost feel like you have this grander understanding about yourself that's really pushing beyond a lot of whatever and whoever's trying to hold you back, energetic wise or just like actual group of people wise. But I feel like you really believe in yourself here. Like you actually understand what is for you and what isn't. Seven of Wands. Interesting. Okay. Oh. Yeah, right when you feel like you're just constantly going back and understanding yourself, it's like, yep, I know where I'm going, and I know that I don't need any of this other BS along the way. And I feel like sometimes it takes a little bit of a second to, like, go through all the chaos, see this person's kind of, like, a little down, a little distraught, and I almost see this as, like, right when you're just feeling tired, or me right now, I'm feeling sick, and I've had to take a couple days. Um, it gives you not only time to rest and like take a break, but also like you feel so much love with your craft, with your ability for your passion, um, and your ability to create like towards your passion. I feel like you feel so much better the fact that you know that any time that you're feeling down, you have your passion to go back on. You have something that you truly love, like deep in your heart, deep in your soul. And that's something that a lot of people can't say. It's something a lot of people can't really focus on and can't really understand about themselves, and it's confusing for them. But to you, the only thing that's been confusing is like, hey, why are you trying to ride the back, like ride on my back of success? Because the success that you have isn't tangible. Oh, hold on. I need to blow my nose for a second. I keep staring at this Five of Pentacles like it's something that people like want you to feel like how they're feeling. And you're sitting here like, I will never feel like that because I know exactly what I'm passionate about. Like, you have something that keeps you alive, keeps you waking up the next day and wanting to pursue and create things. And I feel like some people don't understand that feeling of success when it comes to something that isn't like a tangible thing. And it's almost in this vein of like people just want the actual money and numbers of success, whatever it may be, whatever number it is, they want to see that number go up, whether it's money, whether it's views, clout, whatever it may be. And you're sitting here like, I don't need any of that. I don't need that at all. I feel like you're obviously wanting something that can I am hearing literally um bridge the gap between like just being able to keep the roof over your head, keep food on the table. Like you just want these like minor things of success while other people are wanting you to feel stuck how they feel stuck, which is stuck in the success of virality and clout and always wanting those numbers to go up, and you're sitting here like, no, like I have something deeper here. We have the bridge and the dead end, because you understand that a dead end is just another like way for you to create again. Like it's almost the this dead end is almost like symbolizing the fact that like where there's a dead end there is still a new beginning somewhere, because I feel like the dead end is of a spiritual and energetical one, while some people feel like like they're at a loss for when they're at a dead end. They're like, oh, there's no like new beginning here. We're at a loss. We need to go back. We need to go back to old ways, to old habits. And you're sitting here like, no, this is a chance for you to start anew again, to rebirth. I even put it right next to the Tower card, which is very, very interesting. And I feel like a lot of this bridging the gap here energy is allowing you to really bridge the gap between I see it. I place these cards directly in between the Tower and the Devil card here. So I don't know if you can see that. There's the Devil. Here's the Tower. And it's almost like you're bridging the gap to really break free from these like last few like strands that are like holding on to you. These last few things that are like holding on to your soul that make you feel like you can't like bridge this gap with a lot of things in your life. I feel like it's bridging the gap between your lifestyle and your passion, or the chaos of life and your passion and desires in life. And while you're happy with what you've created, you also are still working and ever evolving to find a way to keep your passions in your life, to keep them alive, and to keep them moving you forward in this life. Because I feel like it's something so connected to what you're passionate about. Like the thing that keeps you moving, and it could be multiple things. It could just be how you choose to live your life and how you choose to see nature. I was saying see nature and the unseen. Oh, there's definitely something needing to be read out loud in the book there. Because there's something on that card that is like extra, that I absolutely love how this deck just like words things. Being graced by the unseen is a gift. Treat it kindly. Allow yourself to be seen by eternal eyes. So, guidance comes in many forms. Don't expect it to be glittery or comfortable. The spirit world speaks the truth. Sometimes it soothes, sometimes it burns. I feel like you've been in that aspect of like sometimes the truth hurts, sometimes the truth like soothes these wounds that we have. But it's almost in this aspect of you've let yourself give your whole entire like being to the universe and these karmic forces of just like whatever happens happens, kind of like giving your energy up. But it's giving up that fear of what could happen next. I don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know if we're gonna make it out all right. And you're giving up that anxiety, that doubt, that fear. And I feel like you've really discovered the truth in that. And that's where it may have not only necessarily hurt, but it also gave you the sense of like, okay, you know that if you give up all your fear and all of your doubt and insecurities about this one thing, you're going to get tenfold of good stuff in return. Like you can just feel how even thankful the universe is for you finally believing in that you can give these things up and actually fill up these spaces that you emptied with a lot of good stuff in you. And I feel like someone here is really trying to do that, but anytime that this other group of people, these other like adversary like energies, they try to, and it's like, oh well, if the truth hurts then it must not be true, is like the way they're feeling. If the truth hurts it must not be true, and you're sitting there like, hell no. That's not why we love living our life. That's exactly the opposite of why you collective love living your life. The lover card out there is indicating of like the lover you have within yourself. Like you've been able to truly let go of a lot and love yourself. And some people can't see how you did that. There's always this energy of like, you must have had help or whatever. And it's like, you had help, but not of the physical form. You had help in the sense of following the actual guidance you were receiving from the universe, from whatever spirit guides that you communicate to, whatever you believe in. You received guidance, you believed in it, you saw the signs, you saw the synchronicities, and you followed them true heartedly. You followed them so well that it almost became like a reunion with yourself of, we are actually moving forward in something that is not only our heart's desire, but it's our heart and our mind actually connecting as one here. There's that union of love, per se, when we connect our mind and our heart together and really actually and actively move forward in new beginnings, in things that it's not just a dead end. It looks like a dead end, but that's the whole illusion of the moon card. Sometimes you feel like there's no path, but there actually is. The one path is the one that is basically this unseen force that is almost intangible until you actually see the action of it playing out in your life, to where maybe you haven't been wanting to go back to I'm hearing a lot of things of like, maybe you don't want to drink as much, or maybe you don't want to do some of the, you know, have some a little bit of a gummy or two, per se, because I know that's been resonating for me a lot, where I haven't needed any substances to live my life. I have been happy with who I am and living my life, and I feel like a lot of what I experience is a collective of what you guys are experiencing, and needing to share what I experience, I know helps a lot of you out there. And a lot of this obviously doesn't fully resonate with me. It's more of just, I'm reading for you guys, but when it comes to these small little moments in these readings, like, I really feel like my experiences and explaining my experiences can help you see, hey, yeah, you're not alone either. Like, if you've been feeling like you don't need the alcohol, the substances to get yourself through things, this is a huge sign that you are reaching this new beginning, and you thought it was a dead end, but you knew better. You saw the signs, you saw the synchronicities. Anyone else that is just preying on your downfall, kind of a thing, is not seeing these new beginnings. They're seeing a dead end and then realizing, oh, I gotta backtrack. I gotta go backwards, back to old habits, back to old substances, back to old, oh, I'm just gonna party all night kind of ways. And you're sitting here like, I don't need that. Like, you need a good night's sleep, really, sometimes, is what you need, at the very most. And that's just because you've been working so hard internally. You've been really working things out internally and expressing that in how your work ethic is. You're expressing that in an external way of really working hard on what truly is like meaningful to you. And it may not be substances like a little smoke and drink. It may be just substances of like activities that really left you more emotionally drained than actually fulfilled. Um, I'm almost seeing like you working on something and you're like, ah, like I just can't do this. Like it feels like so taxing on your energy. And maybe it's because that activity isn't necessarily for you, it's for somebody else. So, let's get into a single more card here. I want to see what else has to come out, because I feel like there's one more card. The fact that I'm feeling one more card and we have 5 of these cards out, or we have 4 of these cards out already, and I'm wanting to get a 5th one, really shines light on the fact that the number 5 has probably been very prevalent in your life. If you've been seeing the number 5, the number 8, and 7, we have 2 5s out here, the 5 of Wands and the 5 of Pentacles. 5 is a card of change. Ooh. Ooh. We have the Poet and the Mask. The Mask I love in this deck, and I think this is going to be the last of the cards here, which we have 6. 5, 6, 7, 8. The Poet isn't really just, it's kind of like a placeholder for what the Mask is, because I feel like whatever you do artistically has allowed you to put on a metaphorical mask that actually brings out your personality. It doesn't hide anything. And that's what the mask card talks about, is the fact that there are some masks that people put on to hide themselves. But sometimes people put on a mask to express themselves a bit more, like a theater kid almost. Like they put on that outfit and that character and they express their true nature of loving the performance of theater. And I feel like you, in your creative outlets, isn't a mask. And some people may be trying to make it out like, oh, yeah, that's just a mask. That's just a persona that they put on. When in reality, like, that is you to your core. This is you to your core. You're not putting on a front at all. Because other people are putting on a front. That's why they think you're putting on a front. Because, oh, you must have had to do it the same way that they were doing it. You must still be stuck in the same way that they're stuck, when you're absolutely not. You're absolutely not. And I feel like there's more to this. I really kind of am curious. Let's get this tarot deck here. There is definitely a ton more to this story that I feel like you are exploring for yourself. And what other advice? Ooh, we have the Hangman kind of coming out sideways here. You have allowed yourself to gain a perspective, and when you know it's time to actually put that perspective in action, go and fucking do it. Like, I'm hearing, like, go fucking do it is, like, the strong message I'm getting for you. You have so much, I want to say, key, like, light to your soul. I thought I dropped more cards there. No. You have so much more, like, key light to your soul and a lot of things that you have worked on. But also, I'm hearing, like, be grateful for the work that you are continuously doing here. Whatever you do not only is, like, really in line with your goals and your dreams, but you help so many people in a way that they've needed to be helped in such a long time that they can't even fathom how, like, not even how correct you are about something, because I feel like you are correct. Like, you could read people like a fucking book just by looking at them. But you are correct in, like, this is how it's going to be done because this is the way that we can build something in the strongest way possible and what needs to be done. It's not just what it needs to be done out of, oh, well, that's what someone else feels like they need. You are saying this needs to be done because this is out of necessity. It's like, it can't be done any other way, because if you're telling someone, if you want a certain outcome, this is exactly what's going to happen, or what is necessary to be done. Because the Three of Pentacles is really, really showing light on it. I feel like you've been really, like, working with your spirit team, working with your spirit guides, and being like, hey, like, what is the necessary thing to be done? What is this? Six of Pentacles reversed. And I think what needs to be done is, in order for you to feel in balance, you must have to kind of relinquish some of the energy that you give to some people. I feel like maybe some of you are also just very giving people, but you need to kind of reel some things back because it's not in balance with what you need to keep in balance, because you can't just give up all of these pentacles to everyone, which is a metaphor of just giving up all your energy, your time, your effort to everyone. You still need some for you, like this me, myself, and I energy, and you, yourself, and your dreams, your goals, your passions. You still need room and energy for that. And I feel like if you're almost feeling like people are, there's like, you can't be a beggar and a chooser at the same time. I don't know what that means, but that's what I'm hearing. There's a lot of, you can't be begging and choosing at the same time. And that's for, like, these other people. Like, this is what you may have to, like, express to some people. And I feel like you understand this in a sense of how you've been acting, like, currently. You've been moving in a way that's very much, like, for your highest good, and for not just the highest good of you and your personal, like, soul and your personal just life. It's just like your highest good of everything that you create from now and into the future. This is the highest good of your future that you're really focusing on, because I think that's all that you really wanted to pursue and manifest. You wanted to pursue a life that has actual balance, where you could have this give and take and it be something that flows in your life, and you're not necessarily complaining about it, but it's not taxing on you physically, mentally, emotionally, or even financially. And I feel like working with your spirit team, spirit guides, is going to help you find this balance even more and find your strength again. Because the strength coming out in reverse is maybe indicating that, hey, you've been running on empty, you've probably been giving your energy to people a little too much, and it's time to regain that strength again, reminding yourself of who you are and not forgetting who you are to your core. Because something about this has been something you've been really, really, really trying to study about yourself. Because you want something to align with your goals and your passions. And anything that ain't gonna support it, anything that's not gonna support this goal and this passion you have in your life, is the Tower card. You're treating it like a Tower card. You're like, this has to go. This is demolition day. We have gone through enough BS to have this tower constantly fail inspection. You're sitting here like, if it's constantly failing inspection, we need to start from square one again. But we have the moon again here. It's not from square one again. Like, I'm hearing like it sounds like it's from square one, but it's mentally from square one, where you're just like, okay, let's go back to the drawing board. And you do it in such a like authentic way that collectively for you, in a lot of just my collective here, you feel so passionate when you get to tear down this tower, because you're like, okay, I'm glad that I see the things that aren't for me, because then it puts you in a clearer direction to what is for you. And the fact that we have the moon reversed on this one deck and then the moon upright on the other one, you are seeing the duality of your soul and how we really truly want things. And when we truly like really desire something and want something, it can kind of mess with how we want to actually pursue it and work for it. And you've been wanting to work for it for the betterment of your soul and for the betterment of your life and yourself. And it's through a lot of like these people, of them pretty much like showing themselves like in their true colors. It's like showing you, and them showing themselves is like showing what not to do. And I feel like this moon card is really reflected on like, you know how confusing these feelings can be. You know how like wrapped up in your head you can get with these feelings, but you understand that you wouldn't have these come up in your mind if they weren't needing to be addressed, if there wasn't a demolition day to be scheduled, because you know there's always things to work on. I think I'm going to end it there, because there's a lot here that I feel like I'm just repeating, but it's also like a lot of you I feel like really needed the confirmation for this. Like, I'm even hearing like there's like a get it right, get it tight kind of a feeling of that's you with your energy towards the tower card. Like, if this is constantly not working out or something is not really working in a certain way, it's like, okay, let's go back to the drawing board. Let's look at the blueprints. Where were the faults in the foundation or the faults in the supports and stuff like that. So if you are being guided to truly, truly trust yourself in this very uncertain time, this sign that you've been getting hasn't been for no reason. And there hasn't been an exact dead end for you. You've been really seeing it as a lot of these things, and maybe this act of actually like going back to the drawing board has been really pursuing this mask and the poet card that we had earlier, where It's not a mask that you put on that you hide yourself. This is a mask that you're putting on that expresses your true soul. And I feel like some of you are very artistic and performative and creative, and do not hide yourself any little bit in your creativity. What you want to be creative about, show your whole self, show your whole entire being through your creative efforts and creative work, because this is allowing you to truly, truly not only be the light in the darkness, but see the light in the darkness here. I absolutely love how we can have the same cards come out in multiple decks. That is so awesome to see all the time. I love it. So, thank you for letting me read your cards. That is all I have for you, and I hope to see you in the next one. And like I said before, if anyone wants a personal, private reading, I do one-on-one readings, whether it can be in person or virtually. I do them in my Discord, so if you want some of that, check out my website. I have pretty cheap rates if you want to see it. And also, if anyone wants to learn how to read tarot, I'm offering some tarot lessons as well. So let me know how you feel about that, and also feel free to respectfully chat in the comments about what resonated, what didn't. And thank you for letting me read your cards, because that's all I have for you. Bye.